It is Monday, October 3rd of 2020, and you are watching Guy's Daily Drive. Bam! And welcome everyone to Guy's Daily Drive. It is a kind of a gloomy day. This is the first day of the fall that I've worn a jacket. It was what is it right now? It's 50 degrees right now. For the most part, it's been like mid-50s, that kind of thing. And I can get through that. Short bursts, going outside, getting to the car, going, doing whatever. But I opened the door to leave to go to work this morning, and it was like, oh crap, it's cold. Get a jacket. So over the weekend, there was all the rain and a little bit of wind, leftovers from Hurricane Ian, and Tracy still was able to still managed to get down to Richmond for her friend's memorial service, which was good. This was a childhood friend, so it was important that she would be able to go. What she was afraid of was red light. What she was afraid of was that there would be like driving rain. Rain by itself is not that big of a deal. But driving rain, where it's potentially pushing the car around, that's not a good thing. So, but fortunately, conditions weren't that bad, at least on Saturday. Sunday, it like rained the entire day, and I didn't leave the house at all. It just wasn't a good time, but it was okay because I had lots of other stuff to do. I had recorded the My Mac podcast, the audio and video, on Saturday, and did the audio on Sunday, and had the audio finished by Saturday, and then Sunday when I got up, I had the video to deal with, and for once, I got it all done and posted. I couldn't believe it. It took most of the day. Went and did the complete My Mac podcast from start to finish, and that's up on YouTube now. I did 5 video snippets, and something kind of funny happened. For whatever reason, the audio associated with the video had this really bad echo on it. But fortunately, besides recording audio with the video, I also record all the audio separately, which is what goes out on the regular audio podcast. So I was able to take that audio and drop it into the video, and I record them both at 48 kilohertz, so there's no syncing issues. However, because I substituted my audio, the audio of all of the sound effects and things of that nature that we played during the show, themes for like Gaz's snippets and Gaz's tip and stuff like that, didn't make its way over. So one of the snippets is the entirety of Gaz's snippet. One of the minibits is the entirety of Gaz's snippets. And when you get to the part, and this is just something that we typically do, when we're playing the music, we kind of dance around a little bit, and it's like, oh, it's Gaz's snippet song. But because I substituted the audio, the music for Gaz's snippets didn't come through. So As soon as I'm like, okay, it's time for Gaz's snippets, and I hit the button for the music, both Gaz and I start dancing around like crazy, but on the video, there's no music. And so we just looked like two old guys dancing around to absolutely nothing playing in the background. And the same thing at the end. You know, we had the closing thing, and then I play a couple of silly sound effects, and we're both reacting to the sound effects because in the video we can hear them. But the sound effects themselves didn't come through on the video, so we're reacting to nothing. And it just looks so funny. At some point, it may be up today, because as I do these mini bits, I kind of spread them out. You know, even though I post them up in YouTube and make sure that everything is there, I do an automatic delay of at least a day. Depends on how many snippets I do. So for the main video, that's out on the day that it's released. For the first two snippets, that's out on the day released. The next two go the next day, two after that, the next day, so on and so forth. Well, there were only 5 this week, so 2 will be released today and 1 will be released tomorrow. So that's all done. And same thing with the audio, which goes up in Guy's Daily Drive feed. There'll be the main podcast is already there. The first 2 snippets are already there. All of Guy's Daily Drives that I hadn't posted yet, and there was only 1. So other than the recording of this one right here, and this is like first time in a long time, I actually have all of my audio and all of my video up in a timely manner. And believe me, I'm as surprised as you are. Right? It's like, oh, how did I manage to get so organized? Well, I don't know if organized is quite the thing. I just had the time to do it. But this week is going to be a little crazy because we're leaving Thursday morning for the Long Island trip I talked about the last time. So there's laundry, there's packing, we have to get food and some other stuff available for one of our neighbors who is taking care of the cats and the guinea pigs while we're gone. And you know, you think you have enough time to do these things, and as always you're scrambling at the last minute to try and get everything done and over before you actually leave on the trip. And there's always last minute things, you know. And I'm renting a car. We're not taking the Kia Soul up there. It's got a lot of miles, and we didn't want this to potentially ruin the trip. So with a rental car, if something goes wrong with the rental car, we can go ahead and call up our rental car company and say, bring us another car, this one's a piece of crap. And they are obligated by law to bring us another car to replace their crappy one. So that's leaving on Thursday, and there was questions on if we were going to meet with Tracy's friends on Thursday or on Monday on the way home. And as it turns out, we're going to do it on Monday because they've got stuff going on that Thursday. And that's fine. But there's, you know, so much stuff that we got to do before we leave. And it's going to be fun. I have to, what are you doing? I have to arrange for a restaurant for the night of the Jim Gaffigan show, because where we're staying is across on the other side of Long Island, north and south. It's about 30-40 minutes away. Oh, dude. And this will give us a reason to be on the other side of the island ahead of time, you know, eat some dinner before we go to the show. And other than that, we don't really have too much planned for while we're there. We have 2 full days to do whatever it is that we want to do. And I'm hoping to take some time and make it over to New York. We'll see. I don't know if Tracy wants to make that trip. Because from Long Island, we don't even have to take the car. I wouldn't want to take the car anyway. We would take a train into Long Island, or sorry, into Manhattan, and then take it back. But that's like the major thing that we're doing this week. It's just getting ready for this trip. And I'm still hoping to make a few other trips, including a Florida one. If it's going to depend on how quickly the East Coast gets cleaned up, as well as putting together the time to go. Whether I would drive or fly, I would probably, at this point, I would probably fly, because I have lots of miles with JetBlue, and I can basically get a free round trip ticket to either Orlando, Palm Beach, or Fort Lauderdale, depending on how I want to break the trip up. And have it all paid for through points. So that's good. My Dolphins lost on Thursday, and they got, the score I think was 10 points, but it was Cincinnati Bengals basically shellacked them. There wasn't too much that they were able to get done. And Tua looks like he's going to be out for a while. He got like the boom lowered on him. And you could see, I mean, I remember I was watching the game, and I could see as soon as he hit, the camera did kind of a close-up on him, and his fingers were like all bent backwards. And I was confused, because it was kind of like, wait a second, he didn't fall on his arm, it didn't fall on his hand. Well, no, that's a sign of head trauma. So I don't know if we'll ever see him again. We may not. And hopefully he'll be okay. Anyway, at this point I'm just kind of rambling, so I'm gonna, not that I haven't rambled this whole time, I am gonna end this thing because I am coming up on work. If you would like to contact me, it is so easy to do. You can reach me via email, guy@mymac.com, or podcast@vertshark.com. I'm on the Twitters. I am either MacParrot or VertShark over there on the Twitters. I have a YouTube channel where all of these videos get posted. Just go to YouTube, look up VertShark, and you will see them there. And if you could, I would appreciate it if you would like, share, subscribe. Did you see that? Like, share, subscribe. 3 things. And it's like push some buttons and you're done. So easy. If you would like to contribute to help me pay for all of the services that I use in relation to the mymac.com podcast and Guy's Daily Drive, you don't have to. I mean, it's really not a thing. Whoa. Come on, Verizon. There you go. I'll keep doing this just because I like doing it. It's therapeutic. It is. It's therapeutic. You can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/MacParrot. You can buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/MacParrot, or pay a pal, as Chris has done a couple of times. Thank you, Chris. At paypal.me/MacParrot. I would really appreciate it if you can, but you don't have to. So that is going to do it for today. Thank you all so very much for watching live or watching later, watching delayed, and listening to Guy's Daily Drive. I really appreciate it, and I will see all of you next time right here on Guy's Daily Drive. Bye-bye.